Hello, space explorers, and welcome to a super exciting adventure. Today we are going on a journey to meet the biggest, brightest, and most important celebrity in our cosmic neighborhood. It's a star so famous that we see it almost every single day. Can you guess who it is? That's right, it's the sun. The sun is like the king or queen of our solar system, and all the planets dance around it, including our wonderful Earth. It wakes us up in the morning with its golden light and helps us play outside all day long. It's so much more than just a bright light in the sky. It's a gigantic, fiery ball of amazing secrets and surprises. Have you ever wondered why the sun is so bright? Or how hot it really is? Well, get ready to have your minds blown. We are going to dive into the incredible world of our sun and find out all its coolest facts. We'll learn what it's made of, why it shines, and how it helps all the plants, animals, and even us grow big and strong. Think of the sun as a giant battery in the sky, powering everything on our planet. Without it, our world would be a dark, frozen, and lonely place. So put on your imaginary space helmets and sunglasses because our trip to the sun is about to begin, and it's going to be dazzlingly brilliant. Our amazing star is the boss of our solar system. Everything here, from the tiniest pebble on an asteroid to the biggest planet, Jupiter, follows the sun's rules. So, what is the sun actually made of? Is it a giant light bulb? Is it a huge campfire in the sky? Not quite, but those are great guesses. The sun is actually a star. A star is a gigantic ball made of super hot gases. The two main gases in the sun are called hydrogen, helium. You might have heard of helium before. It's the same gas that makes balloons float up into the air. The sun is mostly made of hydrogen. Deep inside its core, it gets squished together so tightly and becomes so incredibly hot. The hydrogen atoms start to fuse or join together to make helium. This process is called nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is like a non-stop, ginormous explosion happening at the center of the sun. Imagine millions and millions of tiny power plants all working at once. This incredible reaction releases a massive amount of energy. The energy travels from the sun's core outward through the sun to its surface and then shines out into space in all directions. That energy is what we see and feel here on Earth as sunlight and heat. It's this constant, powerful engine that has been burning for billions of years. Scientists say it has enough fuel to keep burning for billions more. That's a very, very long time. Fun fact: the sun isn't actually on fire like wood or paper. Fire on Earth needs oxygen to burn. There isn't much oxygen in the sun or in space. The sun's glow comes from nuclear fusion. One of the sun's most important superpowers is giving us light. It takes about 8 minutes for sunlight to travel from the sun to Earth. That means if the sun were to suddenly turn off like a light switch, don't worry, it can't. We wouldn't know about it for a whole 8 minutes. The sunlight lets us see the world. Without the sun, daytime would be as dark as midnight. Beautiful blue sky, green trees, faces of our friends and family. But sunlight does more than help us see. It carries energy that helps living things grow. Have you heard of photosynthesis? It sounds big, but it's simple and amazing. Plants are like little chefs. They use sunlight as the special ingredient to cook food from water and carbon dioxide. This gives plants energy to grow tall, sprout leaves, bloom flowers. When animals eat plants, they get that energy too. When we eat fruits, vegetables, or animals, we get sun energy as well. Another superpower is the sun's warmth. The sun sends heat that keeps Earth's temperature just right. Without that heat, Earth would be a frozen ice ball, colder than the coldest day in Antarctica. Oceans, lakes, rivers would freeze solid. Sun warmth keeps oceans liquid. Water is essential for life. Sun heat drives our weather, wind blowing, clouds forming, rain to drink. Are you ready for some mind-boggling facts that show just how gigantic and incredible our sun is? Let's start with its size. The sun is so enormous that you could fit 1 million planet Earths inside it. Imagine you have a giant, empty gumball machine. If our Earth was the size of one gumball, you would need 1 million of them to fill up the entire machine. That's how much bigger the sun is than our whole world. It's so big it makes up more than 99% of all the stuff in our entire solar system. All the planets, moons, asteroids combined are just a tiny leftover crumb compared to the sun. Here's another cool fact. The sun is middle-aged. Scientists who study stars, called astronomers, have figured out that our sun is about 4.6 billion years old. That sounds incredibly ancient, but for a star of its type, it's only about halfway through its life. It has enough hydrogen fuel in its core to keep shining just as it is for another 5 billion years. So we don't have to worry about our sun running out of energy anytime soon. It will be there to warm our planet for many, many future generations of space explorers like you. Did you know the sun has different layers, just like an onion? Photosphere, the part we can see, the sphere of light. This is the surface of the sun, but it's not solid like the ground on Earth. It's a bubbling, churning layer of hot gas. The surface of the sun is about 5,500 degrees Celsius. A hot pizza oven is only about 400 degrees Celsius, so the sun's surface is more than 10 times hotter than that. But that's nothing compared to the sun's core. The center of the sun is an unbelievable 15 million degrees Celsius. Have you ever noticed that people sometimes have freckles on their skin? Well, the sun has something a bit like freckles too. They are called sunspots. These are dark patches that appear on the sun's surface. But they aren't actually dark. They only look that way because they are a little bit cooler than the super bright area around them. When I say cooler, they are still incredibly hot, around 3,500 degrees Celsius. Sunspots are areas where the sun's magnetic field, its invisible magnetic force, is super strong. This strong magnetism slows down the flow of hot gas from inside the sun, creating a temporary cool spot on the surface. The number of sunspots on the sun changes over time. It goes through a cycle that lasts about 11 years. Sometimes the sun has lots and lots of sunspots, which is called a solar maximum. At other times, it might have very few or even none at all, which is called a solar minimum. When the sun is very active with lots of sunspots, it can be a bit like a grumpy giant, and it can have some stormy space weather that can even affect us here on Earth. Sometimes the sun does something much more dramatic than just getting a spot. It can have a huge eruption called a solar flare. A solar flare is a gigantic, sudden explosion of energy and light from the sun's surface. Imagine the sun letting out a super powerful burp of energy. These flares are often caused by the same tangled magnetic fields that create sunspots. When the magnetic fields snap and reconnect, they release a tremendous amount of energy in a bright flash. These are the biggest explosions in our entire solar system, and they can release as much energy as millions of bombs exploding all at once. Occasionally, these solar flares are accompanied by something even bigger, a coronal mass ejection, or CME. This is when the sun spits out a huge bubble of gas and magnetic particles from its corona into space. If one of these giant bubbles happens to be aimed towards Earth, it can create beautiful, shimmering lights in the sky near the North and South poles called auroras. So scientists keep a very close eye on the sun's burps to help keep our technology safe. Just like people, stars are born. They live their lives and then they eventually die. Our sun was born about 4.6 billion years ago from a giant, spinning cloud of gas and dust called a nebula. Gravity pulled this material together into a hot, dense ball. As it got hotter and hotter, the nuclear fusion engine in its core finally switched on, and a brand new star, our sun, began to shine. The leftover bits of gas and dust eventually clumped together to form Earth, other planets, moons, asteroids. So in a way, we are all made of the same ancient stardust as the sun. Right now, our sun is in the best part of its life. It is a stable and steady star called a yellow dwarf. It's been burning hydrogen into helium for billions of years, and it has enough fuel for about another 5 billion years. It will keep providing light and heat to support life on Earth. But what will happen when the sun starts to get old? In about 5 billion years, it will start to run out of hydrogen in its core. When this happens, it will begin to change. Gravity will make its core shrink and get hotter, while the outer layers puff up and expand. The sun will swell into a red giant. It will grow so big it may swallow the closest planets, Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. By then it will glow reddish because its surface will be cooler. After the red giant phase, the sun will finally run out of fuel completely. It won't explode as a supernova. Instead, its outer layers will drift away, forming a glowing planetary nebula. Left behind will be a tiny, hot, very dense core, a white dwarf. The white dwarf will be about the size of Earth, but incredibly heavy. It will slowly cool and fade over trillions of years. eventually becoming a cold, dark black dwarf, a final reminder of the amazing star that once lit up our solar system. Wow, what an incredible journey we've had exploring our amazing sun. We've learned that it's not just a light in the sky, but a gigantic, powerful star that is the heart of our solar system. We discovered it's a massive ball of super hot gas, big enough to fit 1,000,000 Earths inside. We found out about its awesome superpowers of light and heat, which give us food to eat, warm days to play in, and make life on our planet possible. From its mind-bogglingly hot core of 15 million degrees Celsius to its mysterious super-hot corona, the sun is full of secrets that scientists are still working to uncover. Every day they use powerful telescopes and brave spacecraft that travel close to the sun to learn more about how it works. There are so many more incredible facts to learn, like how the sun's light contains all the colors of the rainbow, or how the sun is also moving, pulling our entire solar system with it as it orbits the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way. The universe is a huge and wonderful place filled with amazing things to discover, and our sun is just one of them. There are other stars, mysterious planets, swirling galaxies, and so much more waiting to be explored. Every time you feel the sun's warmth on your skin or see a beautiful sunset, you can remember all the amazing things you learned today. You can think about the nuclear fusion happening deep inside its core and the sunlight that traveled for 8 whole minutes just to reach you. So I have a mission for you, my fellow space explorer. Don't let your curiosity stop here. Keep asking questions. Go to the library and find books about space. Watch documentaries about planets and stars. Look up at the night sky and try to spot constellations. Maybe one day you'll be the scientist who discovers a new planet or figures out the final secrets of our sun. The adventure is just beginning. Keep looking up, keep wondering, and never stop exploring the incredible universe around you. Your journey to the stars starts right now.